Everybody, what's going on? Corey Enman here with eXp Realty, your charitable realtor. Basically, what that means is that for every transaction that I do, no matter what I do, buy or sell or help investors, a portion of that is going back to charity. And my goal over my entire real estate career is to donate over $1 million back to charity. So I'd love to have you a part of that. If you're looking to buy or sell in the Gilbert area, I'd love to be your realtor. Also, our YouTube, we're trying to build it. We're trying to make it go. Make sure you subscribe and hit your notifications. I think it's one of those buttons so that when we have new videos, you're up to date and you know when they're coming out. We're going to release them. We release 2 every single week. So make sure you hit your notifications so you always know when you're getting the new updated videos for real estate. Before we get started, I want to give you a quick overview of Gilbert, Arizona, in case you don't know where it is. It's basically a town. It's not a city yet. It's a town located southeast of Phoenix. We're about 25 miles southeast of Phoenix. And currently, it's about 275,000 people. It is literally the largest town now in the United States of America, and it is rapidly growing. In fact, by 2030, they're predicting that it will be completely full of max capacity of a population, which will be around 300,000. So it's a very fast growing city, one of the fastest growing cities in America. As of March 2023, the median household price sale that houses were selling for was $525,000. And that's down 12.5% from last year. As of March 2023, Gilbert house prices were selling for about $525,000. That's the median, and that's down 12.5% from last year, which was crazy pricing. And I know because we moved here last year and the houses were insane. So we now know they've dropped a lot, about 12.5% since last year. And the average days it's on market now, house is on market for about 61 days compared to last year, it was only on the market for about 23 days at this time. So obviously, it's dropped a little bit, but Gilbert's a very desirable place to buy a house still. All right, so let's get into the pros of living in Gilbert. Obviously, we just moved here a year ago, and we love the place, so it's easy for me to give the cons, but I want to give it to you in case you're thinking about moving here, or if you're not sure where to move, and Gilbert's one of your spots. The number one pro is definitely it is safe to raise a family here. Safety is huge. Gilbert is ranked among the top 10 in the entire United States now, according to WalletHub. And in fact, Gilbert came in at number 7 out of 182 different locations in WalletHub. So it's definitely one of the safest places in America, not just Arizona. And I believe it's top 2 or 3 in Arizona right now. It is also actually, the town's theft and burglary rate is half the national average. So it's very, very safe to raise a family here. Personally, we feel really comfortable leaving the doors unlocked and there's kids outside playing late at night. In fact, I have a 12-year-old, a 7-year-old, and sometimes the 7-year-old's outside and it's 9:30 at night and he's out at the park that's in our community and I feel pretty safe. So it is definitely one of the safest places to live in Arizona. Pro number 1. All right, pro number 2 about living in Gilbert, Arizona is the effective public and private school system. In fact, Arizona in general doesn't have the best public school system, but Gilbert in Arizona has absolutely the best. In fact, Gilbert has one of the best in the country. So Arizona as a whole isn't very good, but Gilbert in Arizona is one of the best in the entire country. So Gilbert is very different compared to most of the other ones. It's very uncommon for most of the schools to rank in the A's, and Gilbert breaks this assumption and earns a high A in most of its public school systems. Over 70 of the 90 public schools in Gilbert get above A-, so in national rankings. So definitely one of the best places. Also lots of private schools, Christian and Catholic schools and different private charter schools to choose from, and the fact that you can get all kinds of financial assistance through the ESA program and tax breaks or tax benefits is one of the other reasons that schools here are just amazing. And the thing that I love is you do not have to live in the district or anything to go to attend the school in your district. You can go wherever you want as long as you're willing to drive. So number 2 con is definitely the public and private school system here in Gilbert, Arizona. All right, pro number 3, the great weather. Now I know it's Arizona, everybody thinks desert. We thought the same thing. I thought it was going to be 100 degrees, 115 degrees the entire year because it's the desert. but that's not the truth. In fact, basically from June, July, August, September, those 4 months, it is hot. In fact, it averages about 104 degrees in July, but the other 8 months of the year in Gilbert are absolutely beautiful, making it a great place for outdoor activities, hiking, year-round outside. Gilbert has over 300 days of sunshine a year. So the weather here is absolutely great. Number 4 pro, job opportunities. Gilbert is one of the fastest growing towns in America. So lots of opportunities here, diverse range of industries, healthcare, education, technology, and then major employers in the area also include Banner Health. Gilbert Public Schools employ a ton of people, and also GoDaddy. This is one of GoDaddy's, I think GoDaddy employs over 1,800 people in the town of Gilbert. Lots of new businesses coming into this area. And quite honestly, not just in Gilbert. Gilbert's really close to Chandler and Mesa, and there's tons of new companies, lots of tech coming into the area. It's still growing. So it's really great job opportunities, job growth. Those are just some of the pros of living in Gilbert. There's actually a lot more, but I don't want to make this video too long. I want you to kind of get the idea of it. So now we're going to get into the cons of living in Gilbert. All right, con number 1 of living in Gilbert is definitely traffic congestion. Now, depending on where you're coming from, traffic can be bad or good. Now, we're coming from Los Angeles, so traffic congestion here is not really bad for us. It used to take us an hour to go 7 miles. Here, it's not as bad. Rush hour can get pretty busy. Phoenix is about 20 minutes away, and, rush hour could take 30 to 40 minutes, or if it's lots of traffic or accident, it could take an hour and a half. That's really anywhere. And as a growing town, Gilbert had a lot of construction, so locally it would take a little bit longer to get around. But overall, traffic congestion for people that are from, smaller areas or smaller cities, it could be an issue. Coming from LA or some of the bigger cities, it's not really, but traffic congestion can be improved here in Gilbert. Con number 2 is definitely public transportation. It's probably the biggest con here. If you're looking for public transportation in Gilbert, you're really not going to find it. You're probably going to have a car, or you're going to have to ride a bike everywhere. Gilbert's pretty big. It's got limited options for public transportation, only a few bus routes, and almost minimal light rail systems. It's very neighborhood friendly, very car friendly, but not major transit. Really, you'd have to, if you wanted transit, you'd have to drive to Tempe or Phoenix and then take the light rail there. But if you're looking for public transportation, getting around without a car, that's not going to be good for you here in Gilbert, Arizona. Third con in Gilbert, Arizona is it is limited in nightlife. So if you're younger and you want to go and hang out in bars and clubs and things like that, Gilbert is really not the city for you. It's definitely more family friendly. Downtown, they're starting to have bars, and neighboring cities. Chandler's downtown has a little bit more to do for the nightlife, but really you have to go to Tempe, where the college kids are, to get more of a nightlife. It's definitely more family friendly. So if you're into the nightlife and you want to party and go out, Gilbert's really not the place. It is growing, it is getting there, but it's definitely not if you're looking for some nightlife. And the fourth con of living in Gilbert, and it's a good and a bad, is the extreme summer weather. Yes, 8 months of the year, it's awesome here. The weather is great, 300 days of sunshine. But from June, July, August, September, those 4 months, it is scorching here. It can be unbearable. Like I already said, temperatures exceed over 100 degrees, can go all the way up to 120 degrees. And then there's monsoon season, which I actually think is really cool, because in the hottest months of the year, there's all these monsoons. So it rains a lot, and it does get a little bit humid, but these monsoons are crazy, lightning storms, and then there's flash floods, and then there's also haboobs. Now the flash floods, it's not like it's crazy, it's just you deal with it. It's not like mudslides or things or people, it's super dangerous, but it can be a pain in the butt if there's a flash flood and you're trying to drive somewhere. But literally after 10 minutes, these storms reside, and it's back to just being hot. And then there's haboobs, and haboobs are like dust storms. So for 4 months of the year, it is pretty bad. But just like anywhere else where it's really hot, you just turn on the air conditioning, don't go out, or you go inside. And of course, in Phoenix, there's lots of places and activities that are indoors Or you could just drive, 40 to an hour and a half, 40 minutes to an hour and a half to cooler areas like Flagstaff and different places in the mountains and the lakes. So yes, it is hot here in the summer. So that is definitely a con. So in conclusion, yeah, there's lots of things to do here in Arizona. The weather's good most of the year. The schools are great and it's super safe. The cons, right? Challenges are traffic because it is growing and there's really no public transportation. So you gotta have a car. And then of course the summers are hot, but you can always escape those going to California, or you can go up north to the mountains, or you can go to lakes, which are really close. There's 5 different lakes within an hour of Phoenix. So really a lot of options, but those are the pros and cons. So if you're looking to move into Gilbert, we moved here from Los Angeles. We love it. It's definitely, we've got, especially if you have a family, it's incredible for raising a family, and the housing prices aren't super high. They're going up because it's a really desirable place. But if you're looking to move, Gilbert is just a beautiful place. Lots of pros, limited cons. But if you're looking for a house, buy here in Gilbert. I'm your guy. Make sure you look up the Charitable Realtor. Remember, subscribe, notifications, ding, ding. And we appreciate you. Make sure you come and see me, or give me a call or text, or find me on any social media. It's basically Corey Enman on everything: Instagram, Facebook, all the different social media sites. So we appreciate you. Make sure you check out all our other videos that we have, more about Gilbert, and we hope to see you soon.